Hi, I'm Sharon Pederson, and I'm here to share another tip with you. I have the delightful job of being the producer at Nine Patch Media Studios, and we shoot instructional DVDs with wonderful quilt teachers from all over North America, and one of them who came to work with us was Jackie Robinson. Now, watching every minute of the DVDs, I have learned an incredible amount of stuff that's made my quilting life easier, and one of these wonderful tricks was Jackie Robinson's, I think she calls it reverse cutting or backwards cutting. But what it does is save you time. So when you know you need 4 2.5-inch strips, okay, we're going to make a 4-patch. We're going to make a 4-patch with these 2 strips that have already been sewn together. So what I've done is I have pressed the seam towards the blue, okay, and what we want is a 4-patch, so we're going to have to cut these into 4 pieces and then sew them back together. So why don't we line them up right sides together so that they're all ready to go through the sewing machine after you've cut them, okay? Another one of Jackie's wonderful labor-saving and time-saving tricks. So I have now put right sides together with the pattern fabric on opposite sides, and I'm going to start cutting. Now, the way I did it for years before I saw Jackie's wonderful way was I would just line it up, cut 2.5 inches, pick this up, move that, line it up, you know, blah, blah, blah. Instead, what she does is, this is 10 inches. It's going to give us 4 2.5-inch strips. So instead of cutting from this end, she cuts this way. So if we subtract 2.5 inches from 10, that gives us 7.5, doesn't it? So our first cut is going to be with a 7.5-inch mark on our ruler lined up with this end, and I always make sure that I also have one of these lines on my ruler lined up either with a seam or with the edge, right? So what we're going to do is we are going to make our first cut at 7.5. Then we're going to slide the ruler down to 5, right? Because that's the next 2.5-inch segment. And then from there we go to 2.5 itself, and ta-da! Without having to pick them up, without having to reposition things, I now have my 4 strips to sew my 4 patches together. And so I will then just take these to my sewing machine and I will fire them through my sewing machine. So thanks a million, Jackie Robinson, for sharing this with us. I hope you enjoyed it.